how are we all? I'm just going to make a video here. What I'm going to do with this video is showcase the Ride 4 game game mode endurance racing. You've got an online option and an offline option. I'm going to show you the settings for the multiplayer version of it. For what's available. Yeah, my audio is working really well. For what's available, and then I'll take you through an offline race. You can skip through forwards parts of the race if you want to, just to show you what's available, what the game can do, and how it works and everything. But because I think it's absolutely fantastic, as you can see, I think the visuals here are brilliant. Here, it's GT Sport Forza-esque visuals here. But what we'll do, I'll show you the multiplayer lobby options first, and then I'll take you into a single player race. And this is from the main menu here. So we go down to the multiplayer menu there on the left. You can create a public lobby or a private lobby. I'm going to go to a private lobby creation. And here you can see there's different classes of bikes, and I won't go through all of them because there's 20 options of bikes up here. But one of the best ones that could be an option. Hello Zaf, how you doing, mate? One of the best options is the Kawasaki H2, which is the Ninja bike. There's just a single class for that. Well, what I'm going to show you now is I'll just scroll through, but what you've got all the different ratings of the bikes, down from 0 to 249, and then upwards. There, the Kawasaki H2, the RM300, RM250, RM500, 600, 750, and so on. Historic RM1000cc, modern RM1000cc, historic RM Naked, modern Naked, historic GP, which would be interesting. I've not tried that one out yet. Motard, but here we got to the endurance stuff, and this is what I wanted to show you because it's quite fun. You've got historic endurance and modern endurance. Now you can alter the number of laps up. It starts at 3, but you can go all the way up to 30 laps, I believe it is. There we go. Physics simulation, you can set that for your lobby. Simplified, advanced, or realistic. I tend to go with advanced. Transmission, I'll keep that. We'll keep that as 3. Tire wear is on. Now the thing is, it says here modern endurance. I've got it set up as a lobby modern endurance, and it says fuel consumption is active only in endurance mode. It's not letting me activate the fuel consumption here, which might be a little bug which needs to be addressed for the online lobbies. I'm not sure if they intend to change it or not. We can have penalties on and off and collisions on and off. So I'm going to create a match. There's a massive variety of tracks here available. You can, for the endurance mode, you can only choose tracks which have pit entrances or pits that you can use. I'll quickly scan through this. This is just the European section. You've got Brands Hatch, Cadwell Park, Donington, Nordischleife, the full 24-hour circuit, Northwest 200 down here, Nürburg, Alton Park, French Riviera, Imola, the Algarve, scroll across, Imatra, but it's in Finland, not heard of that one, the Southern 100, new one, Snetterton, Magny-Cours, Monza, Mugello, and this is the Asian, Kanto, Macau, Okayama, Suzuka, Phillip Island, Sugo, Subaka, I can't say it, Subaka? Oh, I can't say it anyway. Some great tracks here. Okayama I'm not a fan of, Suzuka's brilliant, Macau is really interesting as well. Americas, I've got a TT set up at the moment for the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Great circuit, that is, nice fast flowing one. Laguna Seca, VIR, Road America, the Forza boys. Anyone who's played Forza will recognise these tracks here. VIR, Road America, Utah. I've never been on that track before. It's an interesting track. Interlagos, Road Atlanta. That's another kind of like Forza-esque track. But we'll go, just for the sake of to show you, we'll just go to Monza, and then I'll show you some other features that the game has as we wait for it to load up. And then I won't do the online race. I'm going to do a single player race. So everything's as you would expect. You'd obviously all the players would then join into the race. I haven't changed the laps. I've got it on 30 laps and fuel consumption's on. It says down there. That's good. Oh, that's answered that question then. Bottom right of the screen, it's got laps 30, and then next to that is consumption on. Now that looks like tyre wear. It's not giving me the fuel. That's a shame. Riding aids. Yeah, you can change all the settings here still because I left it as it would be. So there's lots of options there. Lobby options here. That's the one I want to change. I don't understand why it's not letting me put the fuel consumption on, but maybe something to look at. Track, we've done the track. So weather and lighting, this is the fun part here. You can customize the race, and so for example, which I'll show you in the single player, which I'll do in a minute, you can put the start time to like late in the evening, about 5-6 o'clock, accelerate the time, and the race will start in the daytime and then go into the night, and that does affect the grip of the tyres. You can also randomise the weather here. It can be cloudy, wet, rainy, or random, so you can just choose what you want. Weather variability, yes, it can be changed to a variable sort of weather. Chance of rain, it won't change. Now I know there's a setting here that says, here we go, underneath the settings it says chance of rain. Select whether to activate the possibility that there will be rain during the competition. A track with dry asphalt will never get wet except in endurance mode. So endurance mode, you can have a race that starts in the dry and ends in the wet. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of racing in the wet, but it's something that's an option anyway. So let's confirm and go back. So that's the lobby that you can have online. So I'll go back to the single player part of the game, and then we shall start a race. And there's a really cool way to start the race. I don't know if it's part of the online lobby, but it's certainly part of the single player part of it. So race, endurance. So I'll basically set it up as pretty similar to what I just had. I'll just change weather and lighting. Let's time compression to 30, make it a bit quicker. I'm not going to wherever the variability, blah, 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 blah. Chance of rain, so yes, I'm going to put yes, just to show you what it can do. So this is single player. I don't know if that's available online, but again, I'm not hugely fussed about that. I'll just change the race settings, make it a little bit more difficult. Right, this is an interesting option here. Don't think that was an option online, but type of start on foot. Yes, you start on foot. It's quite bizarre. But this would be the premise of maybe a race series that people could have. I convert what I'm about to do in single player into an online version of it. So we should go to track and start the race. Oh, I've got to change the bike. Yes, obviously I've got to change the bike. So for endurance race, you can only have endurance bikes. So I haven't got one in my own garage yet, so I'm just going to get a loan one. There's Yamaha or Kawasaki, and the different values here. I would basically you could basically get a series locked to one type of bike. We'll go for the Kawasaki one. Here we go. So, and then we shall go to track. And you shall see the fun and games which was about to ensue. Now the AI is not the greatest. I have written a review saying it's not the greatest. While I'm waiting for this, I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. Which is why I think endurance mode would be a better race to have online with some buddies and friends who know what they're doing. So here we are in Monza. still change the setting. It's in single player still. Just still change the settings here. It just gives you an idea of how in depth the game is. You've got different bike settings with the suspension. You've got preload on the initial compression of the front springs, spring hardness, front shock absorber, rear shock absorber, transmission. You can change the gear ratios, calibrations of the rake and trail. That's interesting. That's something. That is something. As I've played the game quite a lot, that's something to play about with. The steering adjustment. You might, when you start to play a game, I'd recommend that. Acceleration calibration. God, the music's a bit loud, isn't it? In my ear, anyway. It is. Just turn it down. And then braking calibration. So there's lots of different settings you can play about with there. Weather and lighting, we've got that set to this. I've speeded it up quite a lot. So hopefully we might get through a whole night with times 30. Race settings. Yeah. All there. Select tyres. I'm going to start with. I'm going to show you pit stops as well, because the game's got pit stops. Very simple to do, and I'll show you what happens. I'm going to start with softs. So you can. Oh yeah, that's another thing I can show you. Here we go. You can chop and change what you've got on your bike. So circuit dependent. If some circuits are harder on the rears and not on the front, you can change your bike to have like a medium rear and soft front, for example, and work your way around the track. I'm going to start off this race with actually this setting, the soft and medium. Race for a little bit. I'll purposely pit a couple of times just to show you how pit stops work, more than I probably will. And there we go, that's the start of the race. Now we're all sitting comfortably. You can watch the start of the race and watch the entire race if you want. But there we all are, standing over there on the right. It's a proper Le Mans type start. We're going to run to our bikes. This is quite cool. Come on chap, come on mate, get on your bike, get on your bike. Here we go. And we're off. Right, there's also some other settings I want to show you when we're racing, but let's just get the race underway. I'm actually off to a good start. Now what I want you to look at is the bottom right of the screen. The fuel consumption is at 97 and the tyres are blue at the moment. So as I work them up, they will get warmer. Like there. And then there's also an electronic mapping system, which when I get to straights I can show you what's what. Well, my number 36. When you set up your drop rider, you can put the number, your racing number that you want. I like number 36. So I'm going to overtake this guy, so I can concentrate a little bit more. Top left screen there, you've got myself, and then second place you've got the guys with which tyres they're on. So the guy behind me is on medium front, soft rear, and it's also showing me his fuel status as well, which is great for endurance races. Set this race for 20 minutes, you might not want to watch the whole thing, but I'm going to pit to show you what happens in pit stops. Here we go. So it takes you onto autopilot. I'm going to change to softs and softs. So, soft tyre, rear soft tyre. You saw that there's also the ARV option available there for rain. So if it starts raining, you can come in for rain tyres. You can cancel the fuel. I'm going to fill it all the way up. And away we go. So that's a pit stop. So I'm now dead last. Right, as you can see, it's now starting to get dark and the headlights have come on, and also my race number is also lit up as well, which I think is a really cool feature. Oh, got it wrong into first corner. Probably going to get a penalty for that. No, don't get a penalty. Okay, so now I'm behind. I'm going to change, when I get to another straight, I'm going to change my settings down over the bike. There's fuel settings, there's power, standard and eco. When I get a moment to concentrate, I shall do it. I also need to show you about braking. There's joint and front brake only system as well. Right, so no, that's two. Oh, watch the guys coming on. Oh, cut me up, why don't you? Try and change your setting to power. So bottom right screen near where the tyres are, that's standard, that's power. So I'm now going to go faster. It's a little bit down there by my speed, says more performance, more consumption. So let's catch the field up. Another thing I'm going to show you now is the brakes as well. It's set to joint brakes, I think, which engages the rear brake, but to fully engage the rear brake you also have to press a button. So at this next corner I'm just going to use standard brakes, which is just the front brakes, and bottom right you'll see two red bars come up. A big red bar at the right is my front brake, and that time I didn't press the button to engage the rear brake. This next corner I'm going to put both brakes on, and what that does is obviously stop you quicker, but it's a bit more risky because it can really unbalance you a lot. So doing this I'm going to be left 2 and the cross button. So that's full brakes, which gives you more stronger. Oh dear, got it wrong again. More powerful brakes. So as you can see, it's now night as well. Now the difference between joint brakes and single brakes is to ride smoother, just use the front brake. If you're a bit more aggressive, like later braking, you use both brakes. As you can now see, we're fully in dark. Now at some point I'm going to, on the straight, I'll take you through the different views you can have, because that's, oh, someone's had a crash. Different views you can take, which is also really quite cool. So here we go, I'll do it. Here we go. We have this view, that's, oh, I don't like that one, that's the one through the rider's windscreen, or back here. Here we go, braking into, I've forgotten the name of this now, the name of this corner, answers in the comments below, gets it wrong. Ooh, tank slapper, oh blimey, that was a proper tank slapper. Right, now you'll see what happens when you lose it, so you just reset the side. So now I'm back here with my power settings on full. I'm keeping an eye there on my fuel down the bottom right. My tyres are down to 66% all round. My fuel's at 72%. Oh yeah, I can also show you, I can change the traction control. Here we go, so that's bottom right. TCS does it set at 3, it goes down to 2 or 1. Powerful bikes I tend to have a bit around here. EB is engine brake. Concentrating. Oh, got it wrong again. Let's get that corner a bit better. A bit of a wheelie, so let's spin it up then. So engine brake uses your engine to brake, which again is a bit harsher on the brakes. Concentrate now. And there's also another setting. Oh, too late again. Oh, way too wide. Let's cut it. I'm going to get a penalty for that. No, no, no. Right, AW down the bottom right there. Oh, there's more guys coming on the track. They've had an incident there. AW, bottom right there, that's anti-wheelie, which obviously you go faster with all of these settings turned off. So I'm back up to 5th. Oh, put it wrong. Right, now I'm going to concentrate. Still got a power setting. There we go, I've got a penalty. I was actually trying to do it on purpose. Top right there, the penalties are set on, and all the penalties do, it adds time to your race. So, and you can't scrub that off. It's just there. Now that setting obviously can be taken off if you want. But I think this game looks great in the dark with the headlights on, and it's now full night sky. I'm starting to lose. Now the tyres down 50%, fuel's down 50%. I put my power, my map, there you go, my fuel back to standard. Put it back to that so I can see what's going on with my tyres. Hey, finally got the apex right. I can't. Oh, really? I'm not very good with the talking and racing malarkey. I need to concentrate. See my 36 lit up there on the side of my bike. Concentrating now. Oh, someone's come off again. I'm up to 3rd. Working my way through the field. Set on fairly easy. So top left there, I'm 11.2, that gives you live timings, which is great. 10 seconds behind the leader, 7 seconds behind second place. 10 minutes to go. So I'm going to pit around about another couple of minutes, maybe 1 or 2 more laps. So I'll try to put the back brake on then. I'll do that next time at this corner. I'll put the back brake on as well as the front, and you'll see the rear end step out like proper MotoGP, braking into a corner with, oh, someone's in the pit. Braking into a corner, your rear end steps out to slow you down even more, like Marc Marquez. Although I'm not Marc Marquez and I'll probably get it horribly wrong. Here we go. Rear brake stepping out. Oh, that's too straight then, so I didn't really do it. Worked better into the last corner, which is a bit of a curve. So it's dead of night now. Hoping the sunrise will come up at this race as well. 36% fuel, so as your fuel goes down, obviously your bike will get faster. I can never get the... I really need to concentrate on those chicanes. A little tip, oh, the bleed guy, yep, I'm in first place. So the AI does seem to have problems at that corner there. So I'm now in first place. I haven't really had to ride too fast, so I'll pit again. Not this race, not this lap, the next one. Just probably take me back. Oh, too late again. Not riding this very well at all, am I? Right, so when you do both brakes at the same time, you'll notice that the engine seems to rev a lot more. So here we go, I'm going to use my back brake into this corner to brake as well. There you go, the rear end steps out and unsettles the bike, but you brake quicker. Right, well, I'm not going to pit this lap, I'm going to pit the next one. So I'm going to put the fuel mapping onto power. There's power. So 1 lap of power. Both rear brake, front brake on. Yeah, he hit the first apex. And the second, yeah. Oh, spin it up. Even though I've got the traction control up 2, still managed to spin the rear wheels then. It's nice and dark. I'm not sure there's any rain coming, fortunately. I'm going to pit this lap, so... When I go quiet, it's because I'm concentrating. So, down to 18% fuel, 20% on the tyres. We've got a 10-second lead with 6 minutes to go. I'll probably take my time in this pit just to let the other guys catch back up so you can see what happens. Well, I picked up another penalty somewhere along the lines, plus 0.331 now. Looks like the other guys are going to have to come to pit as well on 15%, 24% fuel. Okay, into the pits we come. So I'm going to, just for the sake of it, I'll put mediums on this time. Here we go, so front tyre compound, mediums. Rear tyre compound, medium. Now it says laps remaining. It's not giving me the laps remaining, which is a bit of a... Oh, is it... Oh, here we go, yes, it is, 1.4. Because I don't know how many laps I've got to do, I'm just going to fill it halfway up. There we go. Looks like the other guys are coming to pit at the same time as well. Am I still coming out into the lead? Yeah, the other guys are there. Second place is just come down the main straight now, so I'm going to pull over, just let them catch up. Just let a couple of guys get past. There's one. That's another thing. What I find with the game is that with the AI, there tends to be one guy out in front, and then another 2 or 3 fairly close behind, and then the pack. And we've just had the one guy out in front, so he's now 16 seconds ahead. I've got 4 minutes to go, so I'm going to put the fuel onto power. Oh, still got it on. Oh, still got fuel on power. I promise I didn't realise that. Nearly got that wrong. So at night with mediums, I might find this a bit trickier to ride. The back end to step out a little bit more. Let's go and catch that guy. He's 11 seconds in front of me. Oh, flip over, there we go. Concentrating hard. Catching him up, 8 seconds. Running out of time though, so we've got 3 minutes, so I've probably got 2 laps to catch him. That's also a nice little feature, that when you go across the line, it shows you the position of everyone on the track. There he is, he's just up there. mediums are not warming up though. It's because it's dark and at night. I was hoping by the end of the race we might... So is it getting lighter there? Is that getting lighter up ahead? Might not get to see the sunrise. It's starting to look lighter there on the horizon, so I think the sun is coming up. Seconds. If you're wondering if you can run out of fuel, yes you can, and I think that's your race over if that's happened. I'm not sure if you can limp back at all or not. I haven't done it yet, I haven't checked it out, but yeah, my tyre's still cold. It's 22% of fuel. There he is, he's just ahead. 2.2 seconds. Last lap. And stepping out there, cold rear tyre, catching him up. One minute, last lap. Just need to make sure I don't mess anything up. Tell I'm concentrating, I'm not saying a thing. My mediums, oh, I've only got 10% fuel, so I've managed to just work that quite well. Final lap, so down to 9% fuel, 8%. See if I can try and run out before the end of the race. I have to bit into economy. 7%, actually I'm going to put it down to Eco, just to make sure I get to the end of the race. But as you can see, my tyres are not warming up at all. It's not got lighter, which is a bit disappointing. I was hoping it would get lighter, race long enough for it to get lighter, but it's not. There we go, last corner. First person view across the line. Now, there we go. So, that's... Excuse me, just having a drink. That's a race. Now, the only other thing I wish the game did is you can't save your replays. I really wish it would. And maybe something in the future it can do. But for now, at the moment, it doesn't. But apart from that, I think it'd be an excellent game to get online with your mates with. What did we do? 7, 8? No, it must be more than that. So it's about 2 minutes a lap. So yeah, about 7, 8 laps of Monza there, where you can do races up to 30. So that's obviously a long old race to get through. But yeah, that's Ride 4 endurance mode in a nutshell. Something I think would be excellent to do with club members together online. Going through all these sections, all the rewards. And there you go. Waiting for this to finish. And there you go, that's endurance race mode. So just going to check one more time, because category and package selection. I just want to see if you can do if there's something I'm missing about the endurance, which means, because I want that to be on, it says it's locked. Does it have to be realistic, maybe? No. decide whether you want to select track weather package. Decide whether you want to select a track tyre weather package or let participants choose one by vote. That's locked out as well for some reason. But that's... So let's put on realistic, transmission free. Let's create this again. Just see if I can change this setting for fuel. And then once I've just checked this, we'll end the video there. But there you go, that's ride for endurance mode. So it's ready. Not letting me ready up. Lobby options. Nope, that's all set. So no, any way I can figure this out, because that's ready's locked at the moment. So I'm guessing if other people come into the lobby, then maybe that's an opportunity for me to then, for these two settings to be unlocked, perhaps. But anyway, I needed someone else to be in the lobby with me to test that out. But there you go. That's Ride for multiplayer endurance mode and single player endurance mode in a nutshell. Okay, thanks for watching. See you again soon. See you later. Bye.